There's an old African proverb that goes, if you're a good person, even after death, your grave is loved. However, what happens when you die in a country that doesn't love you? During the 70s in the northeast coast of the United States, the deceased bodies of Black Americans were illegally being taken to universities to be dissected and studied. Please join me to uncover yet another grand conspiracy of how medical practitioners in the United States were harvesting Black bodies for medical research. I'm your host, Gabriel, and welcome to Lucky Blerd's Lucky JK Conspiracies, Grim Origins of the Medical Field, the Restless Dead. (1977) was the year that George Lucas's Star Wars smashed blockbusters in theaters. Elvis Presley had recently passed away, and the Jackson 5 were still together and dominating the charts. However, 1977 was the same year 68-year-old retired auto mechanic Casper Egan would mysteriously disappear after being admitted into a hospital in Washington, D.C., where he would later pass away. After his passing, Egan's body was mistakenly discharged to Howard University to be dissected by students for medical research. Unfortunately, Egan's story of becoming a classroom medical experiment is just one of many in America. Since typically Black Americans made up the majority of demographics of either being poor or homeless, Black people are often at a higher risk of being used for anatomy lessons after passing. 12 years later, in August of 1989, at the Medical College of Georgia, construction workers would discover a horrific sight while renovating the school's basement. The remains of dissected body parts and nearly 10,000 human skulls and bones, 75% of which belonged to Black Americans, were discovered in the school's foundation dating back to the late 1800s. This was mostly due to the fact that around 1887, not only was it illegal to perform dissections, but it was also illegal to rob graves. So bodies were often acquired through illegal, nefarious means. Not long after the horrific discovery in Georgia, a similar story would emerge. In 1998, Birmingham, Alabama, Janie Gaines and Sarah Cox were on their way to move the remains of their sister, Addie Mae Collins, to a different burial site. Upon arrival, the two were shocked to discover that their sister's casket was empty. To this day, the whereabouts of Collins' body are still unknown, and it's strongly believed that her remains have joined the thousands of other anonymous Black cadavers. Unfortunately, that's all the time I have left for this episode. But if you want a more nerdy, in-depth account of some of the horrors done to Black Americans in the name of medical science, you can check out this book by Harriet A. Washington called Medical Apartheid. Let me know in the comment section below what are some conspiracies you've heard about body snatching. I'm your host, Gabriel, and thank you for watching Lucky Blerd's Lucky JK Conspiracies, Grim Origins of the Medical Field, the Restless Dead. Later, dudes.